What up, everyone? I'm back. Again. And I know I keep saying I'm back because I keep being back and then I keep leaving again. Every time I think I'm done dealing with shit in my life, more shit shows up. So, hopefully this is the last time I have to say I'm back and I have to stop taking time off. Because I'm behind. It's February. The boxes of February haven't started coming. I'm still doing January. But I'm a little bit behind. And I have so many boxes that come each month, so trying to catch up. So we may have to skip a few so I don't get too far behind because then that gets annoying to viewers and so on and so forth. Anyway, enough rambling. Nerd Block Classic. Let's see what we got this month. I'm always excited to see the classic Nerd Block. I'll end up having to cancel some of the other blocks I get from this company, but this one's always pretty good. I have no idea what the theme is. I usually don't keep up on that. I would just like to be surprised. But let's see what we got. I'm assuming a shirt. Yup, got a shirt right here from Shirt Punch. No surprise. But let's take a look at what it is. I actually don't know what that's from. That's weird. Let me take a look at the card. I'm kind of curious about that. Where's the damn card? I'll check it at the end. Yeah, I don't know what that's from. That's weird. This is the second time this has happened where I didn't recognize a shirt, and I feel so stupid. I usually always recognize stuff. I'm pretty keen on it, but I don't know what that symbol's from. Damn it! I hate that. Well, I'll have to look and see what the card says for that. I hate not knowing stuff. It drives me crazy. So yeah, I'll give that shirt a rating when I do a little more research. So that's unfortunate. Bummer. Okay. Next. So we got a big item here. Alright, so we got a Game of... Oh, ow. Shit. A Game of Thrones Legacy figure. And we got Diane... Oh, how do you pronounce her name? Daenerys? I think it is. So we've actually gotten this figure before, not from the Nerd Block company. This came in F-Box once before. The Legacy figures are okay. I don't mind them. Which is one of the Funko products. Much better than the Reaction figures because they're so much more detailed. So I like these much better than Reaction, but you know, I've never been too big of a fan of action figures in general. Most of the things I like are all stationary figures. I don't like them opposable because I'm not playing with them. They're all for display, so this is pretty okay though because it comes in a very nice display box. So they're pretty good. I've yet to check out Game of Thrones, one of the millions of shows that I need to check out. I haven't got around to, but either way, the quality on these figures is pretty good, so I think most people will like that, and hopefully you don't already have this figure. This is the first time I've seen a Legacy figure come in any of the Nerd Blocks, but, you know, that's alright. Not my personal taste, but I think most people will like that. That's cool. Alrighty. Next. Looks like we got a notebook. Oh, and it looks like it's from Neverending Story, if I'm not mistaken. It says Your Neverending Story. Yeah, I'm pretty sure that symbol's from Neverending Story. Could be wrong, but pretty sure this will focus. Here we go. This is actually a pretty nice bound little notebook. It's not, I don't think it's leather per se. It's like an imitation leather, but it's actually embossed and embeveled there, so it's actually imprinted on there. It has some nice texture to it. And yeah, just some blank line paper in there. That's actually a really cool notebook. I like that a lot. It's very nice in quality. Nice. Well, notebooks come pretty often in boxes, so it's not too surprising to see them. But they're usually very cheap, like paper notebooks. This is like very nice. I really like that. Cool display piece too. Alright, nice little notebook. Cool. So so far I'm assuming this is a fantasy themed box, which is a theme that we've seen too common in so many boxes. But not a big fan of the fantasy, but you know, whatever. And here we got keychain, Harry Potter. Again, it's very nice in quality. My fucking camera will focus. Yeah, very nice in quality. Nice little box, nice display. Sure. Harry Potter keychain. Cool. Very nice in quality. I like it. Then, the last item. Oh, no, we got two. So we got an art print. I'll have to take a look at the card to see who this is from. Let's see what we got here. From Nakatomi. Tim Doyle, that's who it is. I have not heard of that artist before, but it looks pretty cool. And this looks like it's something from The Hobbit, if I'm not mistaken. It looks like Bilbo's little house there. And then the last item, another thing from Harry Potter, something we've seen before. We saw this in the Nerd Block Jr. It's a film cell bookmark. So I don't know how well you can see the scene. Kind of see it there if you look real close. Yeah, you can kind of tell what it is. So yeah, I like these too. Focus. Focus! Man, why is my camera have such issues lately? There we go. So we saw this in the Nerd Block Junior. It's just a film cell that they put into a bookmark. It's very cool. Bookmarks, I don't know how many people use bookmarks these days. Reading doesn't seem to be too popular of a pastime these days. But, you know, either way, it's still cool, and it would be a cool display piece. Even if you don't use it for a bookmark, to put it on the wall or put it in a little frame or something like that. Film cells are always really cool, and they're slowly becoming extinct because there's not really film reels anymore. Anytime you go to a movie theater, they have projectors, and it's all digital and stuff like that. So it's cool to get stuff like this because eventually they're going to be completely extinct, and you won't be able to get them anywhere except for like aftermarket sales. So it's kind of cool that they save them like this and laminate them and put them in a little bookmark because that keeps them clean and pristine. So that's cool. And then the last parts are just advertisements here, saying what's in the next box. So it says next month we're getting some Deadpool stuff, no surprise. We're going to see a shitload of Deadpool stuff in the month of February. Alrighty, so that was all the items in the box. We'll take a short break, we'll come back, and then we'll talk about some value and give this box a rating. See you soon. Alright, we are back. So let's go through these items and give it some value and a rating. The shirt. This is from the Deathly Hallows. Obviously Harry Potter, and I should have known that from the little lightning bolt on his skull. I didn't really notice it the first time. But I never was super into Harry Potter. I've heard great things about the movies. One of a million things I have yet to check out, just never got around to. But the shirt seems cool, cool design. I'm sure lots of people will love it. Harry Potter is a gigantic franchise. Seems well designed, overall pretty good quality. I'll give that a 7 out of 10. I think that's a decent quality shirt. But either way, it'll get the standard $12 to $15 rating, as all shirts do. Then, the Legacy figure. These are $10. Much like the reaction figures, they're really, for the most part, none of them are really rare or hard to find or anything like that. They're nice in quality. They look nice. They come in a nice little display box, so that's all cool, but very common. I've seen this figure at Target like a bunch of times for $10, constantly on clearance because I don't think they sell that well. So, the Legacy is a okay series, but, you know, not much more to say about it. Pretty common, so $10 on that. Then, the bookmark. This is right around $10 as well, like give or take a few dollars. If you wanted like a very specific scene on there, like you might have to pay a little more, a little less, depending, but in general, this is going to run right around $10 for the cell bookmark. So that's what that is. Then the keychain. Again, very nice in quality, also from Harry Potter. You can find this online for like $5 or $6, but for it's in a box, so it actually does up the value a little bit, surprisingly. So that brings it to like $6 to $8 value. You can find it for a little bit cheaper loose, but this does come in a nice little box, and that brings up the value a tiny bit, so $6 to $8. Very nice in quality, though. It looks really cool. Nice little crest. Then, our notebook. So I actually really like this. This is a very nice quality notebook. Like I said, it's actually like engraved on there, so it has some texture to it. From a movie we all knew and loved as kids, Never-Ending Story. And this is actually exclusive. I read on the card it's exclusive to the block, which is really cool as well. So this is running about $12 to $15 online, like average around that price, which I think is pretty worth it, if you ask me. I would have said this is probably worth $12 to $15, because like I said, it's not real leather or anything like that. It's like that pleather type of thing, so it's the material isn't like real, but it's still nice. It feels nice. It's got nice quality to it, and it looks really cool, even if you're not a fan of the Never-Ending Story. So I'd say it's totally worth $12 to $15. That's a pretty good price, and yeah, I think that's well worth it. Then, our art print. Where'd it go? I think this is from Tim Doyle, it said. I believe so. Let's see. Yeah, Tim Doyle. So yeah, and I was right, something from The Hobbit. And this is a nice art print, but as they always go, since it's not signed or numbered, these only run like $3 to $4 because that's kind of how much it costs to print them out, and that's people sell them pretty cheap online. You might even be able to find it a little cheaper. So these are pretty generic as far as pricing goes. From Nerd Block or anywhere else, they're always around this size, they're always around this quality and cardstock, so I always give them around $3 to $4 unless they have gone out of their way to get it signed or numbered or something like that. Because if there's no exclusivity to the print, then it's not technically really worth anything because they can kind of print it endlessly. But anyway, it'll get that $3 to $4 range, as they all do. So that brings our value on the low end of 53 and on the high end of 62. So, this is very obviously a fantasy theme, not my personal taste. So you'll have to excuse my lack of excitement from this video because fantasy's never been a big hit for me. I like it, it's all cool, but I've never been super into it. But, you know, that's just me. So that won't affect the score. I'm just giving my opinion about it. So that's why I don't seem too thrilled about a lot of this stuff, because I'm just not, I just haven't got around to checking out, like, some of these shows and movies and stuff like that. Just haven't got around to it. So, but honestly, I think any fan of fantasy would really like this box. So if you are a fantasy fan, I think you would really enjoy it. So with the value and the stuff in here, I'd give this a 7 out of 10 on the box. Because you got good stuff. Obviously, the legacy figure is pretty common, nothing special about it. And the keychain's not rare or anything like that. It's all nice stuff, though. But overall, you got a pretty good mix of stuff, and you got good quality items. So I think 7 out of 10 is pretty good. Yeah, not much more to say about it than that. Again, not my personal taste and theme. I'll probably be giving away pretty much all this stuff because I'm just not a big fan of it. But, you know, that happens. It's pretty common to eventually get a theme that you're not super into. It's impossible to be into every theme that comes out. So it happens. No big deal. No worries. But anyway, this has been Nerd Block, keeping these videos short and sweet so we can move right through them. Box 7 out of 10, shirt 7 out of 10 as well. Let me know what you guys thought about the box. Whether you're tired of seeing the fantasy theme or not, because we have seen this theme a lot. It hasn't been around in a while, but there was a good chunk of time when I started doing videos where this theme came up all the time. It was constantly the fantasy theme. It was just all, it was Game of Thrones and fantasy just all the time. So it hasn't been around in a while, but even still, a lot of the stuff is things I've seen before. So let me know what you guys thought, and we'll talk about it in the comments. Anyway, thank you for watching. Love you all. Peace.